Good Shabbos, everyone. This Shabbos we're going to read Parshas Savo, which includes within it the chilling tochacha, the rebuke, where we're basically told, like we're told also in Parshas Bechukosai, that we have a choice in front of us. A choice between, in the way the Torah lays it out, Chaim and Maves, life, and the opposite of life. And we're told many times throughout the tochacha and throughout the Torah, Ubacharta b'chaim l'man tichya, a person should choose life in order to live. Certainly something that we think about every year as we approach Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the Yemei Hadin. And the question, of course, is how does a person choose life? What does it mean, Ubacharta b'chaim, to choose life? And I was reminded of a mashal, a parable that's told in the name of Rabbi Krohn. Rabbi Krohn, the founder of the Muslim movement, tells a parable that there was once a hotel, a very fancy hotel. A hotel that was so fancy that it cost $120,000 to stay in that hotel for 24 hours, for one day. $5,000 an hour in the hotel. You can imagine only the most extravagant guests could come spend time in this hotel. And there was an individual who had the means, he was able to go, and he went and he spent a day in that hotel. And while he's there, he bumps into an old friend from high school. And this guy was not someone who was successful, not someone who would ever imagine would have been in this place. And he says to him, how did you end up in this place? I don't get it. He says, what do you mean? I've been here for years already. He says, years? I can barely be here for one day. How are you here for years? And the friend answers, what do you mean? I work here. I'm the manager. I get to be here as long as I'd like. Mr. Salanta said, the world is a place where we all want to be, right? We all want to be in this place. We want to extend our stay in Olam Hazeh. A lot to accomplish, but it's an expensive place to be. There's a lot to pay, a price to pay to be able to be zoche, to be in the world. And says Rosh Hashanah, if a person wants a better shot, there's no guarantees. Ribono Shel Olam, as we know, makes decisions that we sometimes don't understand. But if you want to increase our zechuyos for the coming year, a year of chayim in this world, what should we be? We got to find out how to be the manager, how to be somebody that the world needs. Because if the world needs me, then Ribono Shel Olam can allow me to stay here. Hopefully, someone once asked Rabbi Victor Miller, what should a person do preparing for Rosh Hashanah? What should I do? What special thing should I learn? What special thing should I add to my davening? How do I prepare myself to be zoche b'din for a good judgment of Rosh Hashanah? And Rabbi Victor Miller said to him, smile. He said, excuse me? He said, smile. See somebody on the street, you give him a smile. You treat somebody with sefer panim yafos. Be a person who makes other people happy in the world. Be a person who does for others. Certainly we can do that monetarily, but we can all do it all the time in so many different ways. We need each other all the time. And to be a person who's there for others when they're in need, it's a way to make a person, give them that zechus to be able to be zoche b'din. These next couple of weeks, as we get ready for Rosh Hashanah, we should all find extra ways to be there for other people, to be a manager in this beautiful hotel that we call Olam Hazeh. And as we do so, as we look for opportunities to help others, to be there for others, we should all be zoche to a ksiva b'chasim tov.